won't show up on the camera though. Okay, but not too bad. Because you want them to be able to see what's going on. You know, but I try to make it where I don't wear special glasses and I have to look at it. So if I can see it, I hope everybody else can see it. I melted that onto there.
Okay, so what are we making today?
I stretch this out a dichro bead with maybe flowers on it. See when we get to that point. Sometimes if I don't feel like putting a flower on, I just leave it that way. Because usually a good bead looks good anytime, even if you don't finish it all the way.
Let's talk about the dichroic glass.
Okay.
So that is a borosilicate glass, or
No, this is a 104.
so is that compatible with like a Moretti?
Yeah, it's a Moretti.
And it has dichroic on only one side, right? Of
Only
the glass.
on one side.
What happens if you put the dichroic side in the flame?
You can burn it off. You can burn it off on even with it facing away, but it takes a while. So if you can get it covered up, you can protect it from getting burnt up.
So you have to put it with the dichro side down, touching
No.
the core.
No, you can put it with the dichro up, but as soon as you get it on there, you got to start covering it up. That's why sometimes if I use the black, you have to do that face up. So once you finally get that on there, then you have to use what I make is these here flat pieces of
So you can kind of blanket
yeah,
it.
so I cover it up quicker. Yeah, even if a little piece sticks out, sometimes that's okay. For some reason, a small amount that drifts up to the top, sometimes that won't burn off. It just, I don't know why. But if you leave the whole thing on the outside, it'll definitely burn up for some reason. And this is where, see, there'll be a little bit, might come to the surface on that one little open spot. And that's okay because it's going to get covered up some more. And sometimes that little bit that comes to the surface, it gets caught when you go to do the twisty thing on it. I'm running low on some of these here exotic colors.
What color is that one?
This one I'm thinking is Calypso, and nobody has. Well, yeah, I can't find it right now, but I think there's something close to it anyway. But anyway, it doesn't matter. There's plenty of it that reacts, and that's, you put this on there, and it's sort of semi-opaque. It's not it don't turn totally clear.
So it's a reactive glass.
Yeah.
What does reactive mean?
Well, it means you reduction. I should say, reduction is and reaction. I guess a reaction might not be the same as reduction. Reduction is there's metals in the glass, and when you reduce the oxygen, the metal comes to the surface. Just like I'm about to do right now.
So reactive would
Watch.
be more like to heat.
Change the color. It might be just change the color. So it can be reactive and reductive. That's a reduction glass.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you lowered the oxygen, increased the propane, or just lowered the oxygen?
Well, yeah, you can do it either way.
But you can't put the oxygen back in, or it's not going to be that color, yeah?
No, you can put more. You can recook that. It won't shine as much, and this ain't gonna shine after I put this on there. But it's gonna have a sort of a opalescent look to it.
Cool. How did you figure that out?
Oh, just fooling around with this stuff. Wondering what I'm gonna do with these colors now that I got them.
Do you have any advice for somebody just starting off who wants to make glass beads?
Get a hot head and a crock pot.
Ah.
No, no. The most important thing is to get a kiln. You can use a hot head to begin with. They're not bad.
You know, I started with a crock pot with vermiculite in it.
Yeah. And that's why you cough.
That's why my beads cracked.
Well, vermiculite is related to asbestos.
Yikes.
Yeah. So,
Good thing that was a short-lived
yeah.
technique.
Yeah. So now this is how we kind of swirl those dots so they'll look sort of like a wave. Give it some more background. Sometimes I put another color on top of those so it looks like leaves or something.
So off camera, Calvin was blowing on it to cool the bead down.
Yeah, it's not doing it, so I'll just burn it off.
If you can cool it down enough, you
right
can
way.
snap it off. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm using a thin mandrel too. If it doesn't snap, it bends the mandrel.
Oh,
That's-
or even loosens the bead
Yeah.
on the mandrel.
Yeah,
That's a
happens.
junk thing.
Yeah. Well, this is a thin stringer. It's easy to burn off.
So that is a stainless steel rod that has kiln wash on
Basically,
it.
basically.
And what that does is it stops the glass from sticking to the metal rod. Without that kiln wash or that coating on there, the glass would be permanent on that rod and therefore not a bead. It'd just be a stick, a metal stick with glass on it.
Some people used to use copper wire, and then they would dissolve the copper wire out of it.
Like some people, like 2,000 years ago.
Well, I don't know if it was that long ago. Yeah, before the Iron Age, huh? I don't know. Everybody wants to know when glass was first discovered. Nobody knows.
Maybe not discovered, but I think the Romans made it super popular by
Yeah.
being like the first to make it available to just the common folk so that they could store things in vessels. That's a game changer.
Well, somebody's been playing with glass for a long time.
Secreted away in a cave.
So that brought out some leftover reduction from what didn't get covered up the first. And it'll just give it a little more in the background.
Oh my god, these are so cute. I have ideas already for those little jellyfish.
I'd have to make a nice pair of earrings. They're not so easy to make though, but and I had a couple that didn't make it. So, but I used your press there. See that press? And I used mandrels that I got right here. And kind of bent them a little bit, putting them in sometimes. Got to practice at it. It's kind of loading it in there and squeezing it at the right time to get it to work good. And it just takes practice, practice, practice. Yeah, so if you're making something like this in layers, right now it looks real sloppy. Sometimes you forget where you put some glass on there, but if you leave the little nubs on there on the ends, usually you can tell where you.
Where you have to pay attention to
So,
melting down.
This way of encasing is slow. But you can be slow doing it too. So yeah, it's just getting good at making sure you get all the spots. Can't turn the oxygen up any higher. Make it go more oxygen out there.
Do you ever wonder what color it's gonna turn, or have you done enough you can
No,
guess the
no,
color?
not always. Sometimes it doesn't, especially with the reactive ones. I think they're gonna stay silver. No, they don't stay silver though underneath. Once in a while you get them to shine real nice, but it's just by luck. And if you put it on the surface, the iridized kind of glass, or the shiny stuff, sometimes it'll shine just like gold or silver, and then the next time, it depends if you put it on something. Sometimes you do them and you take them out and it's just a blue bead.
Oh no!
You go, oh, and so if you're doing like a set of 5 and you get them out the next morning and they were silver when you put them in, and when you take them out they're just blue, like those ones over there. See those ones over there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at them. You don't know what you're gonna get. So I just tried to make them sort of have some kind of theme, that the glass is what ties them all together. I tried to make a little difference on some of them.
Is this kind of what you're doing now?
Mm-hmm. Okay, how does that look now so far? It don't look too good. It needs a flower. Because it don't look good. No, it looks like waves. You could always say it's Hawaiian rainbow waves. Okay, this is a new cane that I made today. Maybe I'll nip that off because it's kind of womply.
The yellow one is the new cane?
Both of these I just made today.
That's very cute.
Hope I'm doing this in the right spots. Sometimes those swirls help you, and then sometimes they don't help at all. Yeah, I've been trying to get a good yellow looking cane, and I don't want it to be too yellow. So today I took and I put yellow stripes on a piece of white. See if that doesn't lighten it up a little bit.
Okay, keep talking to the camera. The heat is getting to me. I'm gonna get my water.
Okay, you do that.
You keep explaining what you're doing.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, now that I got that set up, that's a 5-point setup. Or 5-petal. Now we just want to melt those flat. Don't have to rush it.
What part are you at now? The plungy?
No, I'm gonna put the capping color on top of that. Okay, just do it, Kelvin.
Or that pink on yellow?
Yes, but it's not a pure yellow. It's got a lot of white in it. I could see that the white came more in the middle, but there's a little bit of yellow on the outside. That's what you want, is just anything that makes them go, how did they put that color on there? I'm having a hard time getting a nice purple or blues. They're hard. And even a regular red is hard to make it look good. Yeah. It doesn't have the depth. But I also like to put the Dichroic on the petals. So then I have to make a stringer. That's what I did today. I made these 2 stringers. That's all I did all day. Well, and water in the yard and other things. But yeah. So I was doing something else. I don't know. Anyway. So we want these to get plunged in the middle just a little bit. Should have put my good glasses on. It's hard to see sometimes. Some colors, especially like the white, being that the yellow is a white based, it gets hot enough it disappears, turns transparent. So you have to sort of know where that little dimple is, and give it a little poke with this. Oh, did I miss one? Oh.
How many flowers do you have? 3?
Yeah, I did them all.
You did.
If not, that's okay. You know, it's a demo.
I think it's going to be a nice bead.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What happened? You have some smut on there?
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm just making it worse. Oh well. That flower's gonna have a funny petal. That's okay.
Everything is okay.
Yeah.
I can see the decor in the background already. Looks good. So now that all the reactive or reduction glasses,
Yeah.
in case you can
Yeah,
get
it
with the
starts
flame.
changing colors and stuff too. Yeah.
Sometimes you use the reductive and the reactive glass as the flowers as well, yeah? Because I've seen some of the colors look a little bit like mysterious.
I've tried that. I haven't got good at it, but yeah, I've tried using the reactive and reduction glass for flowers. Yeah, that's the one you use to make that owl. The owl that looks like a heart. I seen it back on YouTube. She posted it again. Oh, hey, I know how to make that bead.
The one that kind of has that Star Wars.
Yeah, it's got a long, yeah. It's got those pointed eyeballs. See, if you're doing it right, it should be real boring. That's why
What would make it exciting?
That's why you got to have the TV on or the radio or something. How can you watch TV when you're making a bead?
I guess that could be your meditative session. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because watching it go and melt and go round is very relaxing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you need so much focus to make a bead, but it's so engaging.
Well, in the beginning you do. That's not. You know, once. See, I know a lot of the tricks now on making these kind of flowers and stuff. So.
I guess once you do it for 30 years, it's old hat.
But it's fun doing that, all the background. That's trying all the different reactive glass and stuff like that. You don't know how it's going to look. Sometimes, so what you do is with the ones that don't look quite right and still don't have a flower, you call that wabi-sabi, huh? Wabi-sabi waves. Just don't have the right sound, huh? Not to Howley's wabi-sabi. Yeah, you know, wabi-sabi. Or like kitty guy.
Okay, now that's the last layer of glass.
Yes, now it's just about melting it in.
No more details.
No. Just making it go round. Or at least making it look like it's round.
It's hard just to get
sometimes
the same amount of glass
all the way around and then have it balanced. That's why sweeping it back and forth, I kind of can control it. Now it's still a little wobbly here. I can feel it. Sometimes that's the mandrel that's crooked. Yeah. That's why the next size up is what I like to use for, you know, the ones that you wanted in the that was not a 16th inch, but not an 1/8 inch.
Is that like
you got anything else? Yeah. It was called 80. 80s.
Like,
they were bicycle spokes, I think.
Yeah. There was a specific size we like for the store.
Yeah, because you can put a lot of pressure on it and it don't bend. And I always start by cooking one end and letting any air that was in between the stuff escape, and then I go to the middle and then I start cooking the other side and letting it go around.
So basically that's like heating it only on one side so all the gas or the air can escape, right?
Yeah.
Out of the non-heated end.
It doesn't look like there's any in there, but there's a little bit here and there, and it likes to get out. It don't want to stay in there. It's like the little bubble in the middle of the flower. If you heat that up enough, it'll disappear inside. Or it will come to the surface.
There's a fine line.
Yeah.
When working with melting it.
So this is just about done. I got a little bit on this side that I use a little bit of that, a little bit of that. So how long did that one take?
Just about 29 minutes.
Because everybody asks, how long does it take you to make one of those?
23 minutes.
$1 a minute, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have been keeping track of my time. Yeah, it's still a little bit wobbly. Oh yeah, I see what it is too. It's still not. It's still got like 3 bumps, a little bit of 3 bumps.
It's still peaking, yeah.
Yeah, and.
So do you like to press it down?
Just a little bit. You can't use it as a press, but it's mostly just to smooth it out.
I mean, it takes technique too. And I just want to mention this because if your glass is very hot and molten and you are spinning it, it can drag it. It can drag all of the decoration.
It can twist those flowers underneath.
Yep. So there is a certain amount of heat.
You just want to
and skill.
Smooth, that's for smoothing it, not for. Of course, you do sometimes. You know, try to speed it up. Yeah, and that's. Okay, it's getting close enough. But
so here comes.
We're gonna do.
This is the.
Fine adjustment.
The fine tuning.
You can feel it too. It smooths out when it's going round and round, sort of like a gyroscope.
And if it is really uneven, you can add more glass
Yeah.
on the part that needs it to balance it out. But that's a whole different thing of trying to get that on, melting it so the temperature is like all the same. Ooh, that's nice. Here we go.
Let's see. I gotta try to let it cool down just the right way, though.
I'm gonna.
So. It changes depending on what kind of light is on it too. And I think it'll be a lighter yellow now. Better stick her in. Yeah, I could have used a little bit more smoothing, but I was tired.
There you go.
Nene.
Good night, little beef. Thanks, Calvin.
Thank you, thank you. Don't turn that off yet, but turn this one off.